I'm so excited to be here today with Mardi Winder-Adams. We're going to be talking about this book, The Other Side of Divorce, Breakups That Lead to Breakthroughs. My name is Linda Sunshine West. I'm the founder and CEO of Action Takers Publishing. And Mardi, I would love for you to introduce yourself, and then after you're done introducing yourself, talk a little bit about this book. Like, why did you decide you wanted to put this together? Because it's really going to be an incredible compilation. And then after that, then tell us, like, what makes a good person to be in this book.
Well, thank you so much, Linda. Hi, I'm Mardi Winder-Adams. I am a divorce coach, and I have been working with women for probably the last 30 years, even before divorce coaching was a thing, to help them navigate the divorce process. And I think what I find, and what I went through a divorce, and I know what the clients that I work with, there's that point in the divorce, if you've been through it, this is going to resonate with you, where all of a sudden it's like all the effort and all the stress and all the overwhelm and all the crap that you are dealing with just mounts up to the level where you almost start going, is this even worth it? Why don't I just stay here and, just live the best life I can with what it is and not worry about going through all this other stuff? And that's where this book came from. It's that sense of, there is that point, I always say, where it seems like the tunnel is so long that you cannot even see. There's not even a pinpoint of light at the end. And everybody goes through that point in the divorce. And so what I want to do is create a book that is going to be an inspirational guide that your best friend could give you, your mom could give you, your sister could give you, maybe a colleague at work gives you, and or you could give to somebody, a woman, going through a divorce. That's just going to be these stories by real women who have gone through the divorce process and have found that through it, they have created some kind of positive change in their life. So it doesn't have to be that you started working in the divorce field. It doesn't have to be that you had some, massive shift in your life, but it's a sense of, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and then there is this optimistic change that happens and this positive change that happens, and what that looks like really depends on you. So the ideal people, Linda, would be definitely women. No men are going to be in this book, nothing against men, but this is a from the heart, from women to women. And so so a woman who has gone through a divorce and who has found that the other side of divorce really opened up the potential to find their passion, find their purpose, do something that really brought them joy. Maybe it's reconnecting with friends and family that they had to let go of because of the relationship. Or maybe it is somebody who really stepped out of their comfort zone and um started an organization, started a business, created a charity. It can be big or small. It's women that have made those positive transitions.
I always mute myself because my dogs start going crazy sometimes. What I love about this is, first of all, by you sharing, more detail and more depth into what this book is looking for, it really makes me to think more about my own story and my own story of divorce at a very young age, 21, with two kids, on my own. And what did I make of it? At that time, I was just escaping a horrible relationship because it was a very abusive relationship, and I didn't see it as anything. I didn't really care about what was to come. I just cared about getting out of what I was in at that time,
Right.
And so many doors did open. Some of them took years, and some of the doors opened right away, but doors did open because I allowed that relationship to thumb me down, to dumb me down, literally, because he used to tell me I was stupid and ignorant every day. And so I allowed that marriage to do that to me. And then getting out of that, boy, did my life start to change and shift. I gained a trust, started believing in myself. There's so many things that came from it. So our stories are all different. And this is what I love. Every single one of us has a different story. You might have experienced the same thing, but you still have a different story to tell. Where did you grow up in? What kind of environment did you grow up in? Is that what got you into this divorce, this marriage, like mine did? And then what got you out of it? And then what came from that? So there's so many different routes to take with this. And I just love that these stories are going to give people the motivation, the inspiration that I can get out of this, especially if it's in a bad relationship, especially if it's in a bad relationship.
Yeah, and that's really, that was the goal, Linda, is that you had a very horrible relationship. I get that. My relationship was not that way. And it wasn't that way bad. It was just we were just not compatible. We were two very different people. We had grown apart, and in 5 years we had grown apart,
Oh,
and
wow.
it just wasn't sustainable. And the thing that I've had a couple of people ask me, like, is the focus really on how the divorce happened for you, or what is the focus? So I want you to be comfortable in, I don't want you to share the details of your divorce, that, or the breakup of your marriage, or if you were experiencing something really horrific in your divorce. You don't have to write about that. If you want to, that's fine, but the focus is really on how you made the divorce your pivot point, and how you moved forward after the divorce. So there's going to be a little background in there, but you don't have to get into the details of your divorce. You don't have to mention your ex. You don't have to talk about, if there was abuse or whatever. If you want to speak
Hmm.
about that, that's fine. But you don't have to feel like this isn't a tell-all book from that side. It's
Right.
really about the inspiration. And that's why I appreciate your story, because you can tell it very succinctly like that without getting into all the details, because the goal is to make women who are reading this recognize, yeah, hey, that sounds like something I'm dealing with, maybe the abuse, or maybe the negative comments and the horrible
Hmm.
things that were said. But then now look at what's happened to this individual. Like, look at what Linda has been able to do with her life.
Yeah.
Look at whoever you are. You have done amazing things, and there are women sitting exactly where you were in your divorce that are thinking, I can't do this, or I don't know what my future is going to look like. And imagine if you had had somebody who could come to you almost like a mentor in a book, and say, you got this. I know you can do this because this is how I did it. I just that is my passion in this book, is to bring that message forward.
Yeah, definitely. So my part of it, probably maybe 2 paragraphs at the most, will talk about, what was, so I could talk about what is. And how,
Yes.
and the reason for that is because when we share our story, especially when we share some of our history, this is where we relate to people the most. They're in that place right now that I was. So in order for them to understand that I get it, you have to like incorporate a little bit of that story. So literally I'll spend probably, like I said, 2 paragraphs at the most, 1 or 2
Yeah.
paragraphs on my history, because I want to talk about what's happened after that. What did
Yeah.
I learn after that? Who did I meet after that? Because I let go of, for me, it was a heavy, heavy anchor that
Yeah.
was weighing me down. And so what happened after I let go of that anchor? So I'm excited to tell it, because I have told my story many, many times on stages, but never like, from the divorce aspect of it and what I gained on the other side. So I myself am excited about it, Marty. And so thanks for bringing this book to us. Is
Oh,
there any last thing you wanted to talk about before I go on to talk about the publishing aspect of it?
no, I just think that, your story is your story. So there's no
Yeah.
specific writing criteria. This is really up to each individual author to craft that message in a way that resonates with them, and that they want to share with others.
Yeah. And the key here is that, both Marty and I, this is what we're all about, is empowering, inspiring, motivating people to take action. We're not control over their actions, but we want them to take some sort of action to move forward. And that's what this book is all about. It's all about inspiring and motivating people. Inspirating. I think that's a new
Yeah,
word. I
it's a
just made
new
it
word.
up.
I do that all the time.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's all about that. So, using your story to do that. And if you don't see your story being able to do that, we do have someone on our team. You could hop on a call with Marty even, but we have someone on our team, Sally Larkin Green. She's our VP of author development. She'll hop on a call with you, talk with you about your chapter and how to write it in a way that is, moving that piece of that inspiration and the motivation to help those other women out there who are in the position that you were at that time, How did you get through it? And how did you get to doing what you're doing today? So with that said, if you want to jump in now, I'll just give you the link. It's actiontakerspublishing.com/divorce. That's actiontakerspublishing.com/divorce. You can join us today. I'm going to share my slides and just share with you, why be part of a collaboration book. So before I even talk about why be part of a collaboration book, Marty, why don't you share? Because you have solo books and you have collaboration books. So why do you continue to come back to the collaboration space?
So I've got to tell you, my experience with collaboration books has been with Action Takers Publishing, and I've got to tell you, it has been so positive.
Mm.
I had never really heard of a collaboration book and got involved with an author that Linda was working with. I think it was a couple of years ago now,
Mm-hmm.
and was asked to be a chapter participant or a chapter, whatever you call it, a chapter person in the book, and
Author.
a
I'll call
chapter
you an
author.
author.
Thank you. I don't know why I just went totally blank on that. And it was so amazing because when you write a book on your own, you are on your own. You have no feedback. You have no nothing. You're just sitting there putting down words on paper and hoping something good comes out of it. But with this compilation type book, you have a community of authors, and so it was wonderful. We got on calls. We talked about things, and I told Linda this last time. From being in the collaboration book, you also have, you're not marketing it on your own. You have 20 other authors marketing, plus Linda's team, and they do a fantastic job. They do a launch party. They do all this marketing stuff for you. I've got some Facebook panel discussions I'm doing, some podcast stuff that I'm doing. And this has been added since the last time we spoke, Linda. I'm looking at maybe doing a summit with all these authors in
Oh,
January, which is the highest divorce filing month, right? So, there's all these opportunities, and from being in in 3 collaborative books with Action Takers Publishing, I was counting up, I actually have received 23 invitations to be on podcasts, and I have also been asked to contribute blogs, and I've been asked to be in 2 other compilation books. So, and I've got clients from this. So this is, it has a snowball effect, and you
yeah.
get to call yourself an author because you are an author and you will be a best-selling author. That's the other phenomenal thing that comes out of this. So I
Wow.
can't say enough about being in a compilation book.
That's awesome. I love that. Thanks for sharing all that. And congratulations on all the successes that you've had, from the compilation books from past and future. And then also that summit, that would be fantastic. Are you going to call it Breakups That Lead to Breakthroughs? I don't know. I just curious.
I'm thinking of it. We might just carry over the book title, but I think that
Yeah.
would be a fantastic way for people that want to participate, if you're an author, to then get a chance to speak on a stage and tell your story on a virtual stage.
Yeah,
So
definitely. Definitely. I'm in. I'm in. Okay. Let's go to the, where my slides go? Right here. Okay, so why be part of a collaboration book? Wait, where'd Marty go? Here she is. Okay, why be part of a collaboration book? And Marty just shared a lot of reasons why to be part of it, and a lot of those things I'm going to be mentioning right here in this PowerPoint presentation here, because those are great reasons for sure. The one thing is that we are all here to make an impact on the planet. I truly believe that once we discover our mission, our vision, and our purpose for being here, that we're here to make a positive impact on the planet with that. And so I came up with this acronym for impact, which is intimate moments produce authentic connections today. So as I mentioned at the very beginning there, I said, one of the things is that I'm going to tell part of my past story, because these are my intimate moments of the tough time that I went through with my first marriage, and then how I got out of it and moved on. Those intimate moments are when it's going to create my most authentic connections with people, because they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I totally get it. I understand that. That's where I am now. This person can help me. So just wanted to share that. So some of the things about being in a collaboration book, first of all, I call them collaboration books. They go by compilation books. They go by anthology books. They have a chapter books. They go by a bunch of different names, but it's all the same thing. It's several people coming together, writing one chapter, and becomes a whole book. And then you're connected with all these other people. So it's through these collaboration books that you're able to make great opportunities with other people that are in the book. And it's like Marty mentioned, she's been in 3 of the Action Takers publishing books, and she's met many people throughout our other books as well, not just this one book, but you have the opportunities that are going to come from that. What is going to come for you? I don't know. But that's one of the beauties of it. We just don't know, but something will come of it if you're open to receiving. You do have to be open to receiving. So another thing is collaboration really relates to connections. You're going to make connections with the other authors in the book. All of you have gone through a story of divorce that has led through a breakthrough for you on the other side. So you're already connected through the stories that you have. Your stories are just different, yet same in that you had a breakthrough. There's that connection piece right there. So you have opportunities to connect with the other ladies inside of the book. More visibility. As Marty mentioned, she's already had 23 podcast opportunities, as well as being invited onto other books. She's going to be hosting a summit on the same topic. And so there's more visibility for you. We provide interview opportunities, and you never know who you're going to get in front of when you join one of these books. It's really the beauty of, like Marty said, like being in, like having a solo book. You're doing all the work. You're doing all the marketing. You're doing everything. Whereas in a compilation book, you can tap into the connectivity of the other people inside of the book. Next is teamwork. You have this team of people. First of all, you have us. We're at the helm. You at Action Takers Publishing. We're at the helm. We're leading the charge. We're saying, okay, this is what needs to happen next. That's what needs to happen next. And we're guiding you through every single aspect of it. And so this is one of my favorite pieces, because we have an opportunity to share with you how you will become a best-selling author. What we're shooting for is a #1 international best-selling author, which all of our books today are international best-selling books, #1. So we're shooting for that every single time. And it's through the teamwork that makes that happen. Next is cross promotion. So now you have all these other people in the same book. You have opportunity to cross promote with each other. If you have a product or service that you offer and someone else does too, you can say, hey, let's interview each other. Now you've done a cross promotion. Hey, will you share my program? I'll share your program. A cross promotion. But because you're in the same book of the same theme, this is how you know you're being connected to the right people that will want to share with what you have, as well as you share what they have. Next is like-minded people. Same thing. We've got people who are going through these breakdowns, that breakups that lead to, I have breakdowns instead of breakups that lead to breakthroughs. And so these are like-minded people. We are on the other side of it, right? We're not still sitting on the side of we're not sure if we should leave or not. We're on the other side of it. And so we have stories that we can share with each other, like-minded people, because we didn't allow ourselves to stay where we were. We decided for whatever reason to leave that situation. And then division of labor. So this is, going back to the teamwork aspect of it. With division of labor, everybody has their role to play. We'll share with you the marketing content to copy and paste. Literally, all you do is copy and paste. You can, of course, modify it if you want, but it's there for you to make it very easy for this process. But we do all that work for you. And we just say, here's the info. Go ahead and copy and paste this. And then we help you to get it out there. Next is, the community and the camaraderie. When you're in a collaboration book, you have this opportunity to connect with these like-minded people who have gone through these challenges that are now on the other side of it. This is an opportunity for you to have, community with them. But not only them, is we have published 29 #1 international best-selling books to date. You have opportunities to connect with the authors in all of our books, not just the one book. So the one book is the more like we're all in this one area, divorce, but now you have all the other books that we've published that you have an opportunity to connect with those authors as well. And then in this particular book, you write one chapter, just one chapter. Maybe you've thought about writing a book. Maybe you've thought about sharing your story, and you've thought about how daunting that could be to sit down and write your whole book. That's one thing I love about the collaborations. You only write one chapter. A 3,000-word chapter is about 4 to 4.5 pages typed, just to give you an idea of how many words that is. And then you just write your chapter, you submit it to us, we do all the rest of the work. So that's one of the beauties of it. And let's say you're stumped or you're experiencing writer's block. We do have Sally Larkin Green. She's our vice president of author development. She'll hop on a call with you to help you through that stump. I was going to say stumpage, but now that I was going to say it, I'm going to just say it, stumpage. She's going to help you through that stumpage. If you're experiencing that writer's block, she's going to help you through that. She gets on calls with people all the time. Here's what they're stumped on, and then helps them through that. And then they get back to writing. And then next thing you know, they turn their chapter in. So it's really a beautiful experience for sure. And then once you've turned your chapter in, we are going to do the proofreading and editing of it. We do have professional proofreaders and editors. We'll send it back to you for approval. And then if you have any more changes, we're going to keep making edits with you until you are 100% satisfied with your chapter. You're going to be ecstatic with your chapter, because we want you to want to share that chapter, share that book with the world so that you can make a greater impact with your story. And then you're going to be highlighted in done for you marketing materials. We create marketing materials based on your chapter, and each person will have their own separate materials to share with people so that you could talk about this book. People get to see that you have a story, a message to tell about going through and having a breakthrough. What did she do? What did she do? I got to get that book and I got to read her story. This is what the marketing materials will do. Next is, again, I mentioned, community and connection. You're going to gain access to our authors, a community of authors. We have a private Facebook group, as well as we offer twice a month. We host networking events where you can have an opportunity to meet the other authors in the other books. And then visibility. You have this opportunity, as Mardi shared, she's going to do a summit. There's more visibility for you right there. We also have opportunities for you to be interviewed on our platform, as well as we have other authors across other books that we've put together that they have their own shows, and they're always looking for people to showcase on their shows. Our authors is one of the, they reach out to me all the time and say, hey, do you have any people for this particular platform? And then we share that with our authors. So if you're looking for visibility, this is definitely a great way to do that, because you're going to be connected to all these other people that are in this world. Mardi, I'd love for you to go ahead and unmute yourself and share with us. You've got a couple bonuses. The most recent bonus of the summit, I didn't have time to add because she just mentioned it today. But why don't you talk about the two bonuses you have? Here's the first one, the featured panel discussion on the D Shift Divorce and Beyond podcast.
Right. So those of you who don't know, I have a top 10 global podcast called The D Shift, Divorce and Beyond, Redefining Divorce and Beyond. And what the goal of the podcast is to highlight all aspects of divorce before, during, and after. So what I'm going to do is set up a panel discussion where you will be paired with 3 other authors. So there will be 4 people, and we will actually do a special whole series of D-Shift podcasts that will be not only on the podcast, but will also be on YouTube. So that's an extra bit of marketing and visibility. And the great thing is I have connections with a lot of other podcasters. And so I am happy to share your information, make introductions, and do all that kind of good stuff for you.
That's awesome. So that's bonus number 1. And then bonus number 2 is a 30-minute interview video about your area of passion hosted on the Real Divorce Talks Vault. There is a disclaimer, you provided that you use it in your promotions and copy. Why don't you share what that is, Mardi?
Yeah. So what I am willing to do is, if you are not what I'm willing, but what I would love to be able to do for you is, if you have something, some kind of a product or a service, or some kind of a course or a coaching program, or something where you're supporting women throughout in any area of the divorce, or if you've got something that relates to divorce in some way, and we can be pretty broad about that, I will sit down and interview you on a call like this, and it'll be a 30-minute presentation, and that will be posted in my private membership site, which is called Real Divorce Talks Vault. And you will also get a copy of that you can cut up, chop up, use however you want in your promotions. And it's just a really good way for you to spend some time highlighting the services that you provide. Again, allows you, it's evergreen, it's up there, it's a lifetime membership for the people that that buy it. And yeah, it's an ongoing client referral option. And then the third one is that summit, and it is still very much in the works. I just talked to my team about it actually on Friday, so you're hearing about it before anybody else is. But that will be coming up, and we'll be doing it sometime in, I'm guessing, January. I don't know. I don't have a clue what the dates are going to be. And it'll probably be a 4 to 6 hour summit that we'll run.
Nice. I love that. I love summits too. Is there an opportunity just, to connect with more people and to get your message out there? I was on a summit just last week, and we got 28 opt-ins for something, just by being on one summit, 40 minutes. I spent 40 minutes of my time there. So this is definitely, summits are great opportunities to connect with people and to help them to see how you can help them. And, providing an opt-in gives an opportunity to connect with you.
And I
So
was going to say too, Linda, with your chapters, when the way that Linda sets up her chapters, if you are somebody that has a product or service that you want to, or give away, or a freebie, a lead magnet kind of thing, you can actually put that in the book, and it will be like an evergreen lead magnet for you. So, and I'm constantly getting people that are coming in from links on that are,
awesome.
opting into my email
Thanks for
system.
reminding me about that, Marty, because I need to add that to the slides. So I will add that to the slides. Awesome. Thank you so much. So then next, if you are ready and you're ready to share your story and inspire others, you let us do the work for you. Again, you can go to actiontakerspublishing.com/divorce. That's where you go to sign up to be part of this book. There is a monetary investment of this. But to recap really quick, again, you get a 3,000 word chapter, you get writing assistance, done for you marketing content is created, visibility opportunities, connections, and collaborations. And all of that is you can get started today for $800 with 2 monthly payments of $800. So a total of $2,400. Or you can pay in full and save $400 by getting started at $2,000 pay up front. Again, just go to actiontakerspublishing.com/divorce, and you have to sign up and join us in this book. It's going to be a really incredible compilation of stories, and we'd love to have your story in that. So Marty, is there anything that we missed?
No, I don't think so. Just that I just want to really be clear that that 2000 is it. That's the total cost. There's no fees for editing, copywriting. That's the whole package, the whole enchilada, including all the bonuses. So definitely, if I can help, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out to me at my email, or Linda. Linda is a wonderful person to talk to if you have more specific questions about the publishing and the proofreading and all the nitty-gritty stuff involved in it.
Yeah, definitely. It's, this is what I love about these books. Again, not only the opportunity to connect with other people, but it really grows your own network by reaching out to other people, making those connections with them, and the visibility. Like, I don't even know, like your exact numbers, 23 podcast interviews. I don't even know how many I've been in. I've been in 38 collaboration books. This is how much I believe in them. They are absolutely incredible. It's a great way to get your message out there. And if you're thinking of writing a whole book, this is a great way to get started. And then you can also see, what do we do, behind the scenes. This will help you to see what you will need to do on your own book as well. So it's an opportunity for you to see that. So with that said, final words, Marty, before we end this webinar?
No, just that if this kind of calls to you, if this feels right, I would love to have you join us, and we'll be doing some extra little things for the author groups throughout the authors in the group throughout the time. The chapters, this is not something that needs to be done right away. I want to be clear. We're not even looking at asking people to get their chapters in until the first week in August.
Yeah.
Linda and I just talked about this, that we're looking at putting the book out in the first part of November as a gift, that as a book that might be a good gift for holidays for somebody who maybe is going through the divorce. So this is not something that you need to get writing tomorrow and have it done by next weekend. You've got lots of time to work on it, but it is important, if you can, to sign up as quickly as possible, because we don't want to, there's only so many authors that can be in the book. So if everybody waits and decides to sign up, we may hit a limit where we have to start telling people, no, I'm sorry.
No
So if you
way.
feel like this works for you, please take the time and sign up today if you can.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Marty, thanks so much for bringing this brilliant idea to us. We're honored and blessed to have you wanting to work with us at Action Takers Publishing to do this. And stick around. We have a couple. I want to let you hear from a couple of different authors that have worked with us and hear what they have to say. Thanks, Marty.
Thanks, Linda.
You took the overwhelm out of the whole entire process. You said you set the guidelines, you said how many words to have, and it's like once I sat down and started typing, it just all came out so quickly and so easily, and I loved it. And I had fear to write. And I know about that. I know about that blockage within myself, but it just was so amazing how easy the process was working with Action Takers Publishing.
This opportunity came out of nowhere, but it brought so much to my life, just knowing you guys and just meeting with all the authors. But to be able to put my story out there, and just it's like one of these things where you start doing it, you can't stop. So I'm gonna be in the next book. It's just the whole process is easy. You feel support, and it's just like being #1 seller. It just feels amazing.